Welcome everybody to TDS BLITZ.
TDS BLITZ, TDS BLITZ, number one fantasy sports show, about to get it poppin' like this. TDS BLITZ, represented like that. The dopest fantasy football podcast. This is what you need. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Talking strategies and more. Helping you to win from player rankings, waiver pickups and more. TDS BLITZ, keep it entertaining for sure. Let's go.
Welcome to TDS BLITZ. I am the talented Mr. Taco. I have TDS Electric Dave and TDS Ricky on here for us today. Basically, what we're going to do is just kind of introduce ourselves and what this podcast really is, so you have an idea of what you're listening to. TDS or the Daily Sporting was created in order to help people win their fantasy football leagues, be educated about the sporting events, help them with betting, talk about some of like the fight game and all these great things that us, I would say, I don't want to say millennials, but like that younger aged audience is more into. And Dave, I think I really want to ask you here, because this was a project that we had started way back in 2013, or I believe that's roughly when we got this bad boy going. And there's always been several iterations of it. We made several attempts, and it feels like this time we're really set out on a mission to help people out. And you know, I just want you to kind of shed some light on the experiences you've had with TDS.
No, I mean, we talked about like just wanting to put the sporting, like capturing those sporting moments that we had together when we would get into your garage, have a couple of drinks, and just kind of like try to win some fantasy leagues, right? When the daily fantasy sports were kind of like just starting, and a lot of it really flourished when we said, "Hey, let's buy a website." The moment that we did that, I'm gonna say that really soon after that, we talked to Ricky. There was a couple of other people that we spoke with, and we really, I think once all three of us got together, we had a couple years there where the website was down. It hadn't really taken it to the level that it is today. So my experience from it was, hey, I wanted a place with you guys, with you, Taco, and now, of course, definitely with Ricky, where we could just share those moments where when you're with your friends about, hey, how do you win this league, or how do I beat my fellow friend,
How do I beat Dave?
How do I beat Taco, how do I beat Ricky? We've been in a fantasy league for I'm gonna say 10, 11 years. Me and Ricky were in the finals one year. I can just claim a second place victory. But I'm definitely the rookie. I'll defer to these two guys when it comes down to like really truly the ability of finding a player when you need him most, or picking up a guy when you don't expect him to really do well. I've really seen these guys in the past 10 years do really great things on some of their leagues, and I want to continue to learn from it. So that's kind of been my experience just with the daily sporting, and I'm truly excited to bring TDS BLITZ and launch that with with these two amazing partners in crime. These guys are great. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Yep. I hope you guys take me with, on your journey in learning, because that's what really these guys help me. I know it's been 10 years, but listen, I'm not that very good. I'm probably like one of you regular guys out there that, I got 2 kids and a wife, and they sometimes take it a little bit of the time. And, I know Ricky's got a little man himself. So, but these guys are just great. So, I mean, not to you guys' horn too much, but I'm just saying.
And I think that you really touched on something that we try to do a lot of throughout our posts, especially on Instagram. And you make sure you can check us out at the Daily Sporting on Instagram.com, and you check us out, on the TDS BLITZ as well, where you're going to see our fantasy football focused content. And someone that does a lot of work on our Instagram with us is our guy over here, Ricky. We've done a couple of mock drafts that we have that are going to be released coming off the initial bat, and then you're going to see a lot more content with us really coming in and actually teaching Dave some of the tricks of the trade and some tools for his toolbox so that he could really perform. But for you, Ricky, I just want you to kind of just talk a little bit about like what we do here as far as like about the players, about our philosophy, about how we get down. You could speak to even experiences that you had through the mock drafts and everything like that.
Yeah. So shout out to everyone watching us. Thanks and listening. the podcast. It's all new to me. I'm kind of like the rookie veteran where I'm newer to the TDS family. But I'm the veteran because I'm the elder of everyone here, and I've been doing fantasy for almost near 2 decades. And you know, and we do a lot of leagues together. We one thing I can definitely tell you about people watching and listening is we're going to tell you all the little things to all the most obvious things, which again sometimes it's not. One thing I can tell you is we're doing this daily. We're doing it we do it for every sport. I mean, I know football is the big one. That's the mother load. But again, we do it for every sport. We love sports as well. I'm just a sports fan in general. Fantasy kind of came just naturally because of I've been growing up watching all my favorite teams. The Mets, Jets haven't been the biggest winners, but what can we do? And the Knicks, But again, I can definitely tell you right now that we're someone that not just talks about it. We're doing it. We put our money where our mouth is. We do our research, and also just not even so much. Also, we do go off numbers. Steve is a big number guy, and it really works. But also just watching sports and watching, having that experience, and just saying, hey, you know what? I've seen this before. I don't need numbers to tell me something. We sometimes go by our guts, and that's what you're going to get from us. Hopefully, more and more times than none, we're going to be right, and we definitely want you guys to. Start, be able to brag a little, and the year that I won the chip in Steve's league, I like bragging a little, right? So it's always fun too. We like to have fun out here, man. We're all friends out here. Like I said, I met Steve and Dave. Well, I met Steve through Dave through Steve, but Steve I worked with, and we became friends. He doesn't even work with me together anymore, and we stay friends, and we have just a hell of a time out there. It's fun.
Yep. And the cool thing about that is me and Ricky met working in cable. So, we sold sports. So it was often easy for us to find us talking about sports because, hey, we're used to it. It's around. It's a common topic. And a lot of us just got into a fantasy league, and it's been going strong now for a while.
It really just started with one kid, coming up to us, our friend Angelo. He's just saying, hey, we're going to do baseball. You want to do baseball? And I remember that first time didn't even come out well, right? The first season didn't even, but we kept it because, I could see, hey, these guys know what they're doing. You never want to be in the league. Before I was already doing a league, but you never want to be in a league where it's no competition. So when I started seeing, no, these guys who know they're picking up, they're watching the waiver wire. I'm like, this is good. And we've done a league for football now almost a decade, right?
At least a decade. I would say at least a decade. And we've also sports packages, by the way. We've all come from that cable world.
and I think the cool thing about it is much like what Ricky said. It's like we like to win, we like to smack talk, and all of us will be facing each other at some point throughout the season. So you might see things get a little bit feisty that particular week because things get intense here, and we take our chip seriously, we take our win seriously, and we take the information that we give you guys seriously. And that's the bottom line and the point of what we're doing here is, we play these leagues anyway. We have fun doing it, but if we're able to along the way educate you guys and give you guys some insights and help you get that same feeling that we had, where it's like, damn, yo, that's my boy John. But did I whip his mother? I took him right behind the tool shed and I said, no brakes, sir, no brake, all gas, and you let it out. And that's a great feeling. And, being able to talk smack to your boss that you beat, because you beat him in football is just a great feeling, or, for a lot of women out there, when you beat your husband in a league, he's going to look at you sideways. You're going to be like, make me a sandwich. So,
And I'll add a little bit to the sprinkles on that. Wearing the LV hat, one of the things that happened in the journey of me and TDS, we all are New Yorkers, born and raised and whatever. But really, I moved out to Vegas, which gives me a little bit some close action to the sports books. I know the sports books are becoming live all over, the country now. And Ricky bets a lot too. So there's a lot of guys I know with a lot of action. That sometimes you might get also us giving you guys, hey, who we think, what bets we've seen or what things we think we're taking. Like Ricky said it best, we put our money where our mouth is.
Yep.
So you might see a bet out there, hey, may lay 50, maybe lay 100. This is what we have today.
Yep.
We're not saying, hey, we're going to hit all the time or we're going to hit more often. We hope to help you guys make an educated pick that might help you guys be on the right side of that win. And that's really what we're here to do. And we're sharing it together so that like that you have a space where if you may not have that wife that does play with you on fantasy, like I don't. So you can get in this space and have that conversation and feel like, hey, a group of guys that are my buddies are like sharing with me why they think it's a good bet. So yeah, man, come in here and discuss even Vegas lines. Come tell me and Ricky, hey, or Taco, hey, this is why I think the Browns are better than Baltimore today. So things like
that's
that.
going to be something where you're going to see us making more of a concerted effort to actually start venturing into that. There's going to be, I'm thinking more than likely we're going to do like a pick'em something where even if it's maybe not necessarily audio content, will at least be on our Instagram, or we'll do something like that to kind of show off our picks, because with gambling becoming legal in New York towards the end of the season, it's something that I definitely want to start dabbling in a little bit more. For me, it's just never been something that's been accessible to me. And personally, I love hearing some of these bets that like Dave makes. He'll make like a 10-team parlay for $2 and it could win like 600, and he'll hit it. He'll hit a couple of times on it.
William Hill sometimes will post a crazy 6-teamer, 8-teamer, 10-teamer of somebody putting 600 down and winning 200,000 or 300,000. I mean, we could have fun with that too, guys. Like if you guys have a underdog story, share it with us. We'd love to have a conversation how you got to that. Bit, but don't expect that we're only going to do things like that. We want to do some good bets that like Ricky puts out there, a couple of really good solid bets that are just some educated picks that again will hopefully put you on the right side of that 52% of what they say the average of a good handicapper wins out there.
Yeah, and also just to let we dabble into everything. And fantasy is our main focus, of course, but we talk about new stars, especially coming from New York. But we discuss everything. We try to discuss all sports, including UFC, boxing. I know boxing not as big as it was, but over here in TDS, I'm a big boxing fan. Steve is, really getting into it. Dave is definitely a big fan. So again,
big fan, and I even know a couple of people at Top Rank, and I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
But so things like that, I agree, man. We're big. We love boxing. I'm a big boxing fan.
And so we're going to talk about everything. We're going to have fun. You're going to give us our opinion. You disagree, tell us. You agree, great, let us know, But that's what we're really here for. And you're getting from a fan's perspective, really we are three guys. We're not professionals. We're not professionals, but we are professionals.
Hold on. Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. While it is a fan's perspective, it's also a multiple-time champions perspective from multiple sports. So I also don't want us to downplay us. Like we don't have years of experience.
I'm talking about just the opinions, not so much
true,
on fantasy.
True.
Yeah,
and I'll also say this: like guys like Pro Football Focus, PFF, those guys. No. You don't want to deal with that nonsense. You want to come over here and get the real professionals. They could have blue checks. We got the checks in the street.
We'll put up our teams against anyone else's teams out there.
Oh yeah. One thing that we did in the mock draft recently. And I think it goes to show our chutzpah and our skill. We took 4 wide receivers back to back. And look, I said Swaggy P on the second one. I said, nah, bro, we got these running backs. I like these mid-tier running backs. And we broke down the strategy of why it's a good or why you guys should play like that and how it could be advantageous. We played it out for you. We showed you how it was done to give you an example of something you could try to pull off in your leagues. And once you have your information and once you know what's going on, you'll be able to do that for yourself too. So on that note, we're going to close and land out this shit. Real quickly, Dave, you got anything for the people as we wrap this bad boy up?
Nothing, man. I know you see Taco's Twitter on there. Follow me as well. Follow Ricky. Follow at the Daily Sporting. Seriously, we appreciate you guys for even just showing up and really watching the intro. Definitely come along with the journey with us. We hope to bring you guys, a fun environment, like Ricky said, and like Taco said, a winning environment. I don't necessarily go out there saying I'm the top professional guy because I'm not, but these guys are the real deal. Like these guys definitely compete high level stuff. So yeah, I mean, you'll hear me being a little bit of the guy that's the average guy, but I hope to be right there with some of you guys winning some of my leagues, which is their leagues, with their strategy. So yeah, follow at TDS Ricky, at TDS Electric Dave, at TDS Taco. That's what I got.
And just gotta say, definitely follow me at TDS Ricky. Definitely follow at TDS Taco and TDS Dave, and just the daily sporting and all social medias on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. But also just to let you know, yeah, we consider ourselves top guys. We are top guys. Like I said, we'll put our team against anyone else's team. But let me just tell you, if you guys listen to us, you guys could be just as top as one of us. So that's what we're hoping to do with this. Get you guys on top, get you guys there, get you some money, get you some bragging rights, whatever they're offering for the win. We have a trophy, we put our name on it. If you got a belt, then we want you to win that belt. Mm-hmm. So definitely just follow us along.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I want to make you guys as good as everyone, if not better than your leagues. I want to make you guys better than Ricky, but I don't know if you guys will ever be better than me. So I'm just going to put that out there right there. I want to say shout out to the Scott Fish Bowl because that is my first kind of like semi-pro tournament that I'm in. It's drafted for charitable causes. Each week, I'm going to be donating either $11 to the Wounded Warrior Foundation or $11 to the NAMI Walk for mental health. So that's going to be something that you're going to see me doing throughout the season. I'm going to try to get some other analysts on and try to get some guys out here to really help you guys out, and even questions that we may have where, it's maybe certain team situations where it's like, I'm not really that versed in the Raiders or I'm not versed in the Steelers. And I'm going to try to find people that might be, or find some beat writers, or just find more information where it's necessary. So one of the big things that I believe in, it's not sometimes you have to be the best, but sometimes you have to just be the smartest, or access the information that you need in order to win. Because, you can memorize a lot of things, but if you know how to look things up quickly, that's just as important, if not more important, because when you have, 3 minutes till your pick is up and you need to research that type of player, these are going to be tools, these are going to be resources, these are going to be videos that you can lean back on, and you're like, oh, let me check this tool, let me do that. One other thing is, make sure you download and check out this podcast, rate it, give it a 5 stars. We're going to start off with a bunch of episodes that you're going to see lined up from you here. Then you're going to get at least I want to have at least 3 episodes out here a week for you guys on this podcast, maybe more, especially during the ramp up to the draft. Once post-draft happens, things will start leveling out, and you'll just see more periodic content of systematic programming. Now it's going to be all hands on deck with us providing you all the information necessary. So you're going to see a lot of mock drafts with, me, Ricky, Dave, where we're going over high draft theory. You're going to see things where me and Dave, like Dave says, he considers himself a newbie. So he's not confident in his fantasy football skills, but we're instituting something called Fantasy Football 101, where I'm going to actually break down some of the strategies, break down some of the things that he could do to try to improve his team, for perspectives for him to look at, so he can understand, hey, if I'm in this situation, I can do A, B, or C. Because a lot of times in drafts, and we brought this up during a mock draft, there's certain forks in the road where if you take one player, your draft's going to go one way, and if you take another player, it's going to go the other way. And understanding where your team is positioned in that draft, what's available on the board, and what these other players have, that's going to really make that difference. We're going to have a lot of other things, but I think those are going to be 2 things that you're going to really want to look out for, because we're really going to educate you on the theory of how to win. Because yes, everyone has player rankings, and I think that's one of the most easily consumed things out there right now.
Right.
But the number one thing they have to teach you is how to actually do it.
Right.
So on that note, we're all wrapped up. We're going to say sayonara. Until next time, everybody, we are the TDS boys, and we are out. Peace.
Hey, David and Taco, they bring that heat. All about UFC, way more than a fantasy. Let's see who going toe to toe. Throw down on the mat, check the replay, run it back. We gotta check the stats. Hey, do this every day. We ain't come to play. This is sports talk, and we love talking MMA. Everything fantasy sports. Dopest show that I know. With Electric Dave and talented Mr. Taco. Let's go. Hey, yeah.